Ah, hello there, fellow beautiful human. How are you doing today? I hope all is really well. Thanks for joining me once again. I think today I'm got a bit of a dodgy tummy, and so I think I'm just going to start straight away with the offering of a big sigh to start with. I'm not feeling so in my heart, or I don't know, I'm wondering how performative I'm being already. So I'd like to invite you to take a big sigh with me. If you'd like to join me, if you can, if you're able to. As always, as we sigh out, it's just letting everything fall and just returning to ourselves and dropping any pretending, any feeling like we need to be different to how we actually are, getting in touch with what's actually real inside us and talking and just connecting with that and allowing space for that. So let's take a nice big in-breath. And drop the shoulders. Just stay there if you want, just for a few breaths, a few moments. Allow your weight to just fall. Really relax the body and the mind if you can. Just have this moment for yourself. I'm saying this as much to me as I am to you. It's really windy today. Don't know if you can hear it through the mic, but yeah, it's a windy one. And the cat is going berserk. She's just been legging it around the place. It's like she's on catnip or something. Don't know where she's getting that sweet supply from. So yeah, wondering whether it's going to flow today or whether it's not. My brain feels a little fuzzy as well. Sometimes I get that with dodgy tummies, things like that. But as always, I'm showing up regardless, and that is my goal, not necessarily to create the most interesting content. And if you're still watching me, then thank you, because I appreciate sometimes this is probably not the most fascinating, insightful content. But yeah, it's a corner of YouTube that's not trying to, I'm not trying to change anything for the algorithm or optimize anything, it's just raw. That's the approach. And I have no idea if that's going to be useful, but it's already been so beneficial to me, to be honest, to do it like this, even just as a practice in the morning. Even if I wouldn't publish these videos, it would be really good. It's helping me to trust more, get into that flow state. And I know that I've talked about this in a previous video as well. That's, again, something that is an interesting dynamic, which I worry about. I'm hoping to upload all the videos today and schedule them out and start posting them today, which I'm excited about, to be honest. I'm excited and a little bit apprehensive. See how if it gets received. I mean, I imagine there'll be so few views for a long time. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. See what happens. I'm curious. Yeah, I think something that I experienced this morning that might be interesting to share was a sort of realization about my pain and my discomfort, and that whole dynamic of sitting with pain and discomfort. And it was inspired, also influenced by what happened yesterday, or Saturday, 2 days ago, when how I described that experience with my mum, having a little spat with my mum in a previous video. And what I've been doing thus far with my physical pain is really just trying to sit in meditation with it and not try and resist it. Like the automatic mode is resistance mode, is to try and escape it, to get away from it. I'm not a big one for drugs, to be honest, but the sort of approach of like, what do I need to do to get rid of this? Let's take this, or let's eat. Eat's such a big thing. God, trying to eat my way out of the pain, which obviously I'm sure contributes to the pain in the long run. But over time, this pain has been such a teacher. It's been insane. And it's really taught me to turn towards the pain and change that relationship with pain, change how I consider pain, in the body, and not see it as the enemy necessarily, but as a friend who's trying to tell me something. And turning towards the pain has been very difficult, but also amazing. Just trying to sit with, be alongside, and allow space for the physical pain without even labeling it as pain at all. Literally just being with it. And like I mentioned in a previous video, when I'm able to do that, it does sometimes shift and change and just have a bit more spaciousness in my body. But the thing I touched in with this morning was, I think there's also an emotional component to it, of course. And one thing I've not necessarily been doing is I've been staying in the sort of realm of sensation and really trying to lean into allowing the physical sensation. But I think I realized this morning, maybe what I'm limiting it to the sensation and not to emotion as well. Because I think there are emotions attached to it. And this morning I just, for some reason, I don't know, the thought just occurred to me to allow space for the whatever emotion is there too. And I think that sometimes when it comes to emotions, I'm like, I try and label the emotion, like, oh, what is this emotion? Where's it coming from? I start, I guess, getting into my mind quite a bit. I start thinking about it and analyzing it, and then saying, oh, I don't really have an emotion. But I think what I did this morning was just surrendered to not knowing what the emotion was, and just allowing space for whatever was there alongside the physical sensations. And that felt significant. It felt like, well, first of all, my body often, when I'm sat in meditation, I'm fully sort of letting go and not trying to control anything. My body does start to do all these shakes and stuff. And every so often, my right arm just does this pretty mad thing, which used to freak me out a lot. And the whole body shakes used to sort of, freak me out a bit. And I was a bit nervous about sharing it or showing people. But now I've had it. It's happened for so long that I'm pretty chill about it now. And I just let the body do what it needs to do. But the right arm every so often just does these does these like jerks, which is really interesting. And that only happens every so often. And that happened this morning when I started allowing space for the emotion without needing to understand it or label it or anything like that, just to welcome in. I was already welcoming in the physical sensations and trying to allow them and just be with them, not trying to get rid of them, not trying to change them. But I also just opened that out to a sense of, my emotions as well. And that was interesting. Yeah, my body just started doing its thing. My right arm started doing its thing. I mean, if anyone's got any experience or knowledge or wisdom about that sort of thing, do share, mention in the comments. I'd be fascinated to hear some explanations for that sort of thing. But yeah, it felt scary actually to allow any emotion to come, whatever emotion. Just step back from trying to control or influence my emotions. And that felt really scary because I think there's this inner child that I'm scared of fully letting out. I've sort of regulated the expression of my inner child, and I noticed real fear around letting go of influencing my emotions at all. Just like opening the floodgates and allowing whatever happens to happen in the emotional space. And yeah, that felt really scary, to be honest. Like, fear came up for me. And I've noticed that before, but it's just, yeah, this time I was able to stay in that space of really not trying to influence or change or get rid or suppress. And yeah, didn't get rid of the tummy bug or whatever's going on in my stomach right now, but it was very, very interesting. It did start to morph in a similar way to when I sink into the physical pain, and it makes me think all of those teachings that people have said, how physical pain has an emotional aspect. And like I mentioned the other day, a sense of dis-ease is what creates disease in the body, which is something that I've come from a very Western approach of science and medicine, and that's sort of laughable to a lot of people in that profession and our society, but we're becoming so much more educated and aware of just how much emotions influence and manifest physically in the body. And I feel like maybe this might be what people are talking about in terms of certain emotions manifesting in certain ways in the body, and me not allowing space for that. That feels quite significant. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Excuse me. That's going to be interesting to experiment with, and I'll let you know how it goes as I experiment. Oh, that's good tea. I have another sip. So yeah, another foray into just exploring this human experience and trying to share my experience with you, and hoping that, yeah, it might provide some use to you in some form or other. Noticing right now in this very moment that it seems a bit of a struggle. I'm not feeling that sense of, excuse me, a sense of flow this morning, and feeling a bit like, feels a little forced today. Feels a little forced. Yeah. But that's the way it is sometimes. Maybe it'll just be a short video today. I think that's okay. I actually I went to bed really early last night for the first time in ages. I've got so much sleep to try and catch up on. My sleep debt is pretty tragic. But yeah, I managed to get to sleep really early, but then woke up at like 2:33, something like that. And normally I go to bed at around 11 and then wake up at like between 4 and 5 or something like that. And it's light outside and I just get up and film a video and then go back to bed and have a snooze. But it was so early that it was too dark to film and get up. So I then just, I came out to meditate for a bit and then went back to bed. And then woke up at, like 8:30, which was great because I had a good sleep, really good night. Slept like 10 hours maybe, and it's something I really, really needed. But it's interesting just to notice. I find that those early hours in the morning, the flow is so seamless. It's so easy, so much easier than a bit later in the day. And I feel a bit groggy. So yeah, the brain is a bit fuzzy. But yeah, it's that classic thing of like getting great ideas in the middle of the night or whatever, just flows really well. The thoughts just come. Whereas this feels a bit more forced. So, but I'm very grateful to have had the sleep, I must say. But yeah, maybe I'll leave it there for today. Sending you loads of love, whatever's going on in your life, whatever challenges that you're facing at the moment, sending you lots of strength and hoping that you're really well. And as always, if you want to connect with me, please do. My Instagram is linked in the description. And yeah, if you feel like you have the courage to share a comment in the comments section, what I'd really love is for this little corner of YouTube to become a really supportive, loving space where it can almost be like an online sharing circle. So people, if you'd like, you can share whatever's going on. But it takes courage. Gosh, it takes so much courage to share what's going on for us. Although I guess we can do it anonymously on YouTube, so it makes it slightly easier. But yeah, I'd love for people to share their wisdom in the comments, share their understanding, and yeah, support one another. And I'll be as active in the comments as I can as time allows, as well. I think that could be really cool. Just a really nourishing sort of like not anti-establishment, that's a bit grand, but like there's so much hate out there, you know. It'd be really amazing to create just a lot of love, a space full of love on YouTube. That'd be amazing. So yeah, if you'd like to stick around and be part of this sort of community, then do subscribe, like, comment, share, hit the bell, all of those good things as always. That would be really nourishing for me personally. I'd feel so good. So yeah, but don't do it for me. Only do it if it serves you. But yeah, it would be nice on my end too. Yeah, I'll wrap it up there. Good luck out there. Sending loads of love. See you in the next video. And as always, happy humaning. Lots of love. Ooh. Hello, sweetheart.